Welcome to our 5th episode of our industry talk. It's been 2 years since the last episode, which is why I'm very excited to welcome Jonas Cullens today. Jonas, please introduce yourself. What do you do? Who are you and where do you operate?
As you can hear, I am not around from Germany, I am from Belgium, and I operate together with my father the company JDC Lava Substrate. Our business is located in Russelede, which is a small town in Belgium, and we provide people and we produce substrates, and we buy amounts of lava in cooperation with you.
Okay, nice. So you operate in Belgium only, or do you have overlaps within Benelux, Germany, maybe France, or is it primarily Belgium?
Most of my clients are located in Belgium,
Yeah.
but the goal is to go further and further.
Yeah.
So if you speak like 100% of work, 80% is in Belgium,
Okay.
and we try to develop more and more to go to Paris,
Yeah.
to go to Holland, and we'll see what the future brings. We had already jobs in Luxembourg as well, so we try to develop step by step.
And what's your differentiator? What is JDC's essence? What do you better than others? Because we know the substrate market is very competitive, not only within Benelux, but also in Germany and also in Austria and Switzerland. What's there that you sell that makes your product special or better than the competitors?
We try to make the difference based on the substrates, because we have a long time version. We'll have a long time vision. The thing is, if you look at other mixes, you have a lot of different types of substrate in Belgium. Guys that work with a lot of organic, guys that work without organic, guys that work with coarser material, different types of material, normal products or products based on clay. We developed our product such as so that we work with a little coarser material. We don't want that if we blow the material on the roof, that the plants get the first boost of the organic, and afterwards, if the organic is gone, that the plants will they go in stress and they don't know what they need to do.
The nutrition is gone.
Exactly.
Is gone, yeah.
So we work just with minerals. We made the mix. We still develop on the mix already from 2016. We developed the mix step by step, and we did test results, and we did a lot of other roofs, and we did tests, and we saw that it doesn't work that well with organic. So we tried to take the organic out, and we saw on the long term, the roots of the plants get bigger, faster.
It pays off.
Exactly, and they get stronger. In our opinion, the base to get the roots more stronger is water, which our product has high water storage capacity, and air.
Okay.
So if you can make the mix with oxygen and with water, this is more powerful than just put the material on the roof with the organic inside and see what happens. The plants will grow eventually faster from guys that work with organic, but if you look at the long term, it's not paying off.
Is it right to say that you are specialized in roofing, so in substrate for green roofs, or is it just one part of your product mix?
We try to be the specialist exactly in green roofs and also in blowing, because we have a blowing company that we developed also in 2016.
Okay.
So we drive with 5 silo trucks every day on the road. We have also our own storage room, but I will tell later more about this.
Yeah.
We have our own storage place, so we can load the silos also, and we blow most of the products on the roofs. But we see there's also places in the market that we can make the difference, like for sports fields.
Yeah.
Because if we put lava sand in sports fields, the roots has more air again because of the lava. If you have, like, for example, a football field, at the end of the season, the football field it's messed
done.
up. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Especially if you look at the goals where the keeper is.
Yeah.
It's full with mud. There's no oxygen anymore in the ground. The roots are practically dead because it's full with water. And if we mix in there in the soil lava sand and other stuffs that we have in our a range of products, then there we can make the difference.
Okay.
So this is a point we want to develop more in the future. Yeah.
And since substrate is your core business, do you see any differences within the different markets? Like You talked about Belgium. Do you see there is a difference in substrates compared to Germany, or is it a difference between Belgium and France? So do you need to adapt your product because of the country that you supply your product to?
Yes.
Okay.
The knowledge.
Okay.
Because just to be fair, I mean, we're in Germany now. You're like the pioneers if it comes to substrates.
Okay.
Because you have everything here. The mining, it's a core business.
Yeah, we've got
and
the
in Belgium,
resources. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. But the thing is, we don't have the knowledge, or not the highest knowledge about the substrates in Belgium, because some of the cities, they give guys or architects or other cities. I mean, the government give the cities money, like subsidies to put green roofs on top of new buildings.
To invest in green solutions.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
But because of the not so good knowledge, or to say the bad knowledge, they just throw whatever they want on the roof.
Okay.
And the thing is, they are clever, so they say we're going to put a green roof. They throw whatever they want on it. They collect the cash, but it's not the biggest return on investment, because after a while,
the plants will not be healthy and not durable.
Exactly. The plants, they die, or like we said, the organic is gone. You don't have good quality. And then eventually for us it's difficult, because price is also a big topic. And like I said, we try to work with very high quality products, and then we need to be competitive against guys that work with not the biggest qualities.
Do you see any limitations when it comes to governmental regulations between the different countries? So is there a difference in requirements looking at the substrate when you look at Germany and Belgium? Because I always feel that Benelux, Netherlands, they are quite advanced when it comes to regulations, to green regulations and to environmental friendly regulations, while I feel, but this might be only an impression, Germany is still a bit easy on that topic. Can you subscribe to that? Is that correct? Is it also in Belgium that the market is highly regulated when it comes to requirements that a product needs to meet?
Yes, because we have, I don't know, I think every year or every 6 months we have control from the products. They check if the products are in proper shape to put it on the roof. They're not too heavy, they're not too light, because if you put a too light product on the roof, it will fly away. Yeah. Eventually, like if you go to the sea, you need to check also, because the salt from the sea evaporates, and you need to make sure that the product is good enough for the substrate is good enough for the plants, what you do on that specific job. So yes, but eventually they can do it better, I think, or they can be stronger, because now guys mix like just soil and lava together, and they have a special product. Yeah, in my eyes, it doesn't work like this. Like I said, on the long term, they need to change. And now it's already, if you want to work like on sustainability, the time is now. We need to change. But if you look at France, it's a whole different market. Yeah? Yeah.
Okay. Because they haven't advanced that much into green roofing and into green solutions? Okay.
Plus they don't have so much quarries like we have here.
Yeah, that's true. And then the transportation costs will be a lot higher.
Yeah, exactly.
You were among the first to support us at the HKP with our business in Turkey. So importing high quality material from abroad, from Turkey to Germany, to Belgium, specifically lava and pumice, because we found qualities or superior qualities in Turkey that we see have a potential here in the market. You already touched it a bit, saying quality is your driver, is what makes JDC special. Yeah. Can you tell us a bit more on your motivation to support us on the journey of importing material? Because obviously it's a lot more to do, and there's more financial involvement into importing material. There's also more lead time for planning a vessel coming from Turkey to Belgium. It's a lot more effort than just ordering a truck of lava from Ochtendonk or Nickenich and to bring it to your storage place. So I would be interesting to understand your motivation on that topic.
Like you said it already, quality. And I said it also a few sentences back. In 2016, we started with a basic product, and we developed it every year, every month, every hour. We try to check what can we put more inside, which is natural for the sustainability of the environment. So no systematic or not
No
synthetic
chemicals and
products.
no
Exactly.
additives. Yeah.
And we came in touch with you about Turkish material.
Yeah.
And then, just to be honest, I touched already a lot of lava in my life, but that's a quality I never saw in my life. I mean, it has extreme advantages. If you look to the German lava, what we have, the color.
We've got it here as well.
Exactly. The color.
Yeah.
You have it like in a very fixed color. Red is red and black is black.
Yeah.
Because if you hear lava or if you order lava here, the color can change a little bit. But people are fixed on color, especially in
From red to
Belgium.
gray, basically.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. The weight, it's very light. It's approximately 750 kilos each cubic. And if you look at the German lava, it's approximately 1,000, 1,100. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so that's already two things. The third thing, the amount of material. I mean, there's a lot of material in Turkey.
Yeah.
If
That's true.
just to be honest, I mean, in a while, I mean, I talk in a lot of years, eventually Germany is going to get empty.
Yeah.
The quarries will get empty.
Yeah.
And what will then happen? People need to check already for sources, but if you need to wait until it's empty, you're too late. So we need to make sure that we are always a step ahead of the guys
Of the
that
market,
need,
yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
that the guys that need the material. Plus, we want to develop our product also into a lighter product. But if you need to put more pumice inside and it rains, pumice is very light, so the pumice will come up. But if you put the Turkish material inside, it won't come up. It's nice. I mean, if you look at the product and if it's blowing, if it rains on it, the color is wonderful because of the mix of our products inside, the weight, and the amounts which are available.
Yeah.
So for us, it was one big step to say yes.
Yeah. I can agree to all of the points, and especially when we have a high season
Yep.
and material is scarce, then this is a very good option to get lots of high quality material on point. And I think it's something that we will be touching a lot more in the upcoming years. So,
Exactly.
I'm looking forward to this journey because there's so much more potential that we can leverage.
I'm looking forward as well.
Now you said it a couple of times, and I'm not sure if the listener have grasped that already. But you are a fairly young company,
Yep.
in an industry that is rather old, like natural resources. Substrate's a bit younger, but you in that respect are a fairly young company. What are your goals? What are your plans? What are you working towards? What's the next step? What's the next big thing?
Well, like I said in the beginning, our business now is located in Russelede,
Yeah.
but we're growing. And the thing is, Russelede is coming now too small, and we're busy with a new plant with a lot of space in Alter, which is located nearby the canal.
Okay.
So we can deload our vessels directly.
So that sounds like optimized logistics.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And we did the math, and the thing is, we can like reduce our kilometers from deloading the boats
Okay.
with 30,000 kilometers a year.
Oh.
So that's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot.
That's not only cost, that's also CO2.
Exactly.
So that because that comes more and more on the agenda.
Sustainability.
This is a double win-win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And plus, our plant in Alter, we have a lot of space there, so we can make a stock directly from the boats. So if we deload the boat, we can put it in the hangar, not one, not two, but we can have space for 5,000 cubic inside.
Dry.
Dry, exactly.
Wow.
That's
I'm jealous. I would be jealous. Yeah. Okay.
And the thing is, it's good for us because I want to sell products and not water.
Yeah.
And like I
That's
said
true.
before, we have a blowing company, so if we put the materials in stock, we can directly load them into our silos
Yeah.
and drive.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's one.
When
big
will be
advantage.
the launch date? Do you know already?
Well, I think it should be ready half April.
Oh, that's soon.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Good.
The hangars are ready. There's already a piece of product inside.
Yeah.
I mean, like approximately 1,000 cubic is already inside.
Okay.
Me and my father, we worked outside on the boxes
Yes.
to put lava in stock or other
Yeah.
types of material. And the thing is, Alter need to be like the knowledge center for green roofs.
Yeah.
We don't want to be like just another guy.
And a resource hub in the end.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Plus, if we, like you said, if we can make a lot of stock for the products, if it gets problems with the water, eventually, like in summer, we always will have dry material. In the winter, if the material is wet, we always will have dry material.
And will you focus on lava and pumice only, or because it sounds like a really well, like I said, a resource hub? Will you also consider other materials to be stored? Will you broaden your portfolio? Is there any idea of also breaking out of substrates? Or will you focus on your core business as such for now?
No, we want to develop. So not only the lava and the pumice, we want to do also be a knowledge center, and we want to work like with mycorrhiza and biostimulants or biostimulant products.
Okay.
This is one of our paradepaardjes in Flemish. This is one of our pioneer products. This is a product that we developed together, me, my sister, and my father. And this product, it has like normal bacteria inside, and we can stimulate the plants to grow, even and not organic material. Okay. So that knowledge, we test it, and we will have test fields, so what we can see exactly, oh, this grows, this works, oh, this doesn't work. So we will play open card with clients. We will invite them and tell them, look, this is what we do. We will support also architects, we will support cities, and even if we can, we want to support the government because we want to be like the pioneer in this.
Okay, sounds good. You promised to say 1 or 2 sentences about the silo trucks.
Yes.
So you have 5 silo trucks now?
Yeah, exactly.
They are in your own company?
Yeah.
And will you also plan to enhance the fleet, or do you see that this is a good amount of trucks that you can cover the market?
For the moment, it's a good amount of trucks, but we will see what Alter brings. We have space enough to make more hangars.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, to bring more trucks in and to see what the market will do. But the goal is to develop more so that we can deliver fast, and wherever the client needs a product, like you said, BENELUX, or if we need to go more further away, that we can handle it.
There was an important keyword, the market. In Germany, we see that the construction sector, the construction market, is having a hard time right now. Only a few houses are going to be built in the private sector, and this kind of feeds towards the overall industry. What's the potential that you see in Belgium, in your market? Is it still something where you see a huge growth potential? Is it stagnation? What's the current market situation in Belgium?
To be fair, I think the market in Belgium, if you look at the construction, they're having a hard time. I mean, prices are going...
Interest rates.
Yeah, exactly. Prices are...
Overall costs. Yeah.
It will be all expensive. But because of the government pushes so hard on sustainability and CO2 reducing, I think green roofs and the products that we work with, they can make the difference. Because we have like a lot of floods last year. Summers are getting or extremely wet or extremely dry. Winter, we didn't have like a winter that we have normally before. We had now a few days of minus, but that's it. So the thing is, I think construction will have a hard time, but for us, we will get more into the business because, like I said, they want to push on the sustainability of the product, of the environment at all costs. And to be like fair, I mean, it will
Substrate is a low-hanging fruit when it comes to environmental friendly actions.
If you look at the cities, everything needs to change. They make room for houses and industrial buildings, but they don't make room for green. So they take all the green away. So what is the best option then? To put the green on the roof. We can suck a lot of water in our products if you have very high intensive rain. I mean, if you do more like this, we can make sure cities doesn't get flooded anymore. The temperature is rising. They say the climate of the global temperature is going up. We cannot reduce the temperature, but in cities we can make the difference. Also in the soil is getting broken because they put everything inside beton, or I don't know what they put inside all. But we can make the difference if you put trees inside with good natural substrates, coarser, and like the way we make it, trees will grow and even much better and more stronger and powerful than before. So yes, the market having a hard time, but for us, I don't think it will be a big problem. I hope. So we can still work together.
I will follow that. I mean, we've been working together for multiple years now, and we really enjoy the cooperation. What's your point of view on our cooperation? What is the value? Where do you see the potential? Also looking forward for the next years.
To be fair, you're a young guy. I am a young guy. We still have a lot of years.
Yeah.
I hope.
We still have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we have always been good in communication, an open communication. If I have questions, I can call you at any time. If you have problems or something, you can call me as well.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, we're young,
we're
motivated, and plus the business what you have, it's good. The materials are good. We like the quality. We're separate businesses. You have your business with the mining. I have my business with the blowing and with making new products. Yeah. But eventually, if we have a project, we work together as a team, and that's good. We pull on the same rope, and I hope we can still do a lot of nice projects together.
I can't agree more, Jonas. We are already at an end. Thank you very much for the very, very interesting talk. It was very interesting to see how the Belgian market works, how you as a very young company managed to find your way in a very competitive market, to be honest, and to see how you differentiate to make your standpoint clear. So thank you very much. We are looking forward working with you, and I thank everyone for watching, and hope to see you again next time.